Good day, I'm Miras, and with my partner Jamad, we're going to discuss about the globalization of religion. But before we're going to start our discussion, let me show you first our objectives in this day. So, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain how globalization affects religious practices. And second, identify the various religious response to globalization and discuss the future of religion in a globalization world. What is religion? Religion, the belief in and worship of superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Or, religion may be defined as cultural system of designated behavior and practices, morals, worldviews, texts, sanctified places, prophecies, ethics, or organization that relates humanity to supernatural, transcendental, or spiritual elements. There are many different religions, each with a different set of beliefs. In addition, religion, it is the fear of the unknown. It is the belief of those things even we cannot hear, we cannot touch, we cannot see, but we still believe that it exists because of our faith. While globalization, it is a process refers to a larger phenomenon that cannot simply be reduced to the ways in which global markets have been integrated. It is usually refers to the integration of national market to a wide global market signified by increased free trade. And now let us identify and differentiate the difference between religion and globalism. So let us discuss first about religion. So religion concerned with the sacred. So what do you mean by sacred? It means holy or banal. And it follows divine commandments. Like Christianity, they follow 10 commandments. And it assumes that there is the possibility of communication between humans and the transcendent. What do you mean by transcendent? Example like gods, spirits, or saint. They are the examples of transcendental. While globalism places value on material wealth. So material wealth, it talks about money, business, economy. And also globalism abides by human-made laws. For example, laws made by government, they abide it. And yardstick is how much of humans' action can lead to the highest material satisfaction. Religious people, they aspire to become a saint. And they detest politics and the quest for power, for they are evidence of humanity's weakness. So detest, they hate, they don't want to participate their religion from political activities. And evangelization is in itself a form of globalization. So religious people, they believe that preaching the gospel is their meaning for globalization. And concerned with spreading holy ideas globally or spreading the word of God. While globalists, they trains to be a shrewd business person. If religious people, they aspire to become a saint, globalists, they want to be a business person. And also, if religious detest politics, globalists values politics and the quest for power as the both means and ends to open up further the economies of the world. So, they focus on the realm of market. If religious people, they focus on spreading the word of God, globalists, they focus on business and wishes to spread goods and services to its people or community. Isolation and justification. The followers of Dalai Lama established Tibet to create impenetrable sanctuaries where they can practice their religion without the meddling and control of the state authorities. So, Dalai Lama, they isolated their religion far away from state to have a regular or unavoidable contact from civilization. Like Buddhist monasteries located away for civilization so that hermits can devote themselves to a prayer and contemplation. So, if we say Buddhism, they are spiritual religion. They want a peace of mind for their prayers to become an enlightened one. So, to become enlightened one, they don't want to disturb themselves or their religion. So, they distance their religion far away from state to have or to devote themselves to prayer and contemplation. Like Rizalista of Mount Banhao in the Mormons of Utah. These groups believe that living among non-believers will distract them from their mission or tempt to abandon their faith and become sinners like everyone else. So that's why they distance the religion from the state or civilization to not become a sinners. Relationship between religion and globalization is much more complicated. The Malaysia government places religion at the center of the political system. Its constitution implicitly states that Islam is the religion of the federation and the rulers of each state was also the head of religion of Islam. By Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the late Iranian religious leader, he said that there is no fundamental distinction among constitution despotic, dictatorial, democratic, and communistic regime. All secular ideologies were the same. They were flawed in Islamic rules was the superior form of government because it was spiritual.
Globalization of religion. Nahdlatul Ulama, a traditionalist Sunni largest denomination Islam movement in India, has Islamic school Pesantin, where students are taught not only about Islam but also about modern science, social science, modern banking, civic education, rise of women, pluralism, and democracy. Alexis de Tocqueville, not only though the Americans practiced their religion out of self-interest, but they often even place in this world the interest which they have practicing it. Jose Casanova, historically, religion has always been at the very central of all great political conflicts and movements of social reform, but also on both sides of the political barricade. Religion for and against globalization. Christianity and Islam are so-called Old World religions see globalization less and as an obstacle and more as an opportunity to expand their reach all over the world. Globalization has freed communities from the constraints of the national state, but in the process also threatened to destroy the cultural system that bind them together. Religions seek to take ease of these broken ties to either help communities cope with their new situation or organize them to oppose this major transformation of their lives. Religious is not the regressive force that stops or slows down globalization. It is a proactive force that gives communities a new and powerful basis of identity. Religion fundamentalists may dislike globalization, materialism, but it is continues to use the full range of modern means of communication and organization that is associated with economic. Religious fundamentals has tough, fast long-distance transport and communication, the availability of English as a global vernacular and unparalleled power, the know-how, modern management and marketing which enable to spare of almost promiscuous propagation of religious form across the global in all sorts of direction. This fundamental globalization in both find ways to benefit or take advantage of each other. While religions may benefit from the processes, this does not mean that it is tension with globalist ideology which subside. Some Muslim views globalization as a Trojan horse hiding supports of Western values like secularism, liberalism, or even communism, ready to spread this idea in their areas to eventually displace Islam. The World Council of Churches Globalization Congregation has criticized economic globalization's negative effects. We as churches make ourselves accountable to the victim of the project economics globalization by becoming the latter's advocates inside and outside the center of powers. The Catholic and first dynamic leader Pope Francis dynamic likewise condemned globalization, threw away cultures that is fatally destined to suffocate, hype, and increase rest in trades. What Catholics call preferential option for the poor is a powerful message of mobilization, but lacks substance when it comes to working out a replacement system that can change the poor conditions in concrete ways. The traditionalism of fundamentalist political Islam is alternative either. The theorism IS is unlike to create a caliphate governed by justice and stability. In Iran, the unchanged superiority of a religious autocracy has stifled all freedom of expression, distorted democratic rituals like election, and tainted the opposition.